Azri. Hi, Annabelle from Malaysia Kini. Just on the report yesterday, so both, what I realized is that both the findings, both the conclusions were made based on Sergeant Shamzaini's, what Puan Nohayati said she heard from Sergeant Shamzaini. And Sergeant Shamzaini has lodged a police report to deny he said those things to Nohayati. He has also come and testified before Suhakam saying he denies saying those things. So my question is, was it a bit of a stretch to make that conclusion based on something that has been disputed? So that's just my question.
In a criminal trial, we of course have the Evidence Act, and all the evidence must be very strictly governed by the Evidence Act. And the Evidence Act will not allow hearsay evidence. But under Section 14 of the Suhakam Act, when we hold an inquiry like this, we are not constrained by the limitations of the Evidence Act. Okay? So hearsay becomes admissible. And we were very mindful of this because a lot of things that were said were hearsay evidence. So having applied the law and says it is admissible, the next important thing is how do we evaluate and how do we assess the evidence? How much weight do we attach to such evidence? Right? So that's where the evaluation exercise took place. So the point here is that while his evidence may be hearsay, and what he has told Nur Hayati and repeated by Nur Hayati may be hearsay, but firstly, the law allows this. And secondly, we were evaluating the weight of it. So on the one hand, we had to see who is more credible. A person who says, I went there, but I never said all these things. On the other hand, this lady says, he came and spoke to me 2 hours, giving me all these particulars, a total stranger. So how are we to receive this evidence? So that was our first task. And then secondly, of course, if we accept her evidence, which as we did, to be more credible than what sergeants said, and then we were then evaluating what she heard and the circumstances around it. Now, what is also very important is that it's not just her oral recollection of what was said. The moment she finished talking with Sergeant, she actually notated this in her notebook, right? And names and events and things were being mentioned, which to us, when we look at it holistically, say unless this came from somebody, she couldn't have made this evidence up. Of course, at the end of the day, those who are not agreeable will say, oh, this is all not what Sergeant says because he has now denied it. But then you see, on the other hand, having said it, can you just say deny it and therefore there's absolutely no truth in it, as opposed to something which so many people have heard and say there's some truth in it.